Hello, welcome to another episode of Think Positive with Jesus, Paint Negative with Bob. Today's scripture is from 2 Timothy 1:7. God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. And this is today's drawing. They're pink grapes from Japan. I got the picture off of Facebook. These are the colors I've chosen. I may choose others. They come from my Kuretake Gansai Tambi Art Nouveau set. And I have them nearby so I can get them if I need them. And so to list off my colors, I have 404 Saffron Yellow, 405 Green Gold, 17 Coral Pink, 304 Alizarin Crimson, 406 Beige Gray. Hopefully that's the right shade of gray. 15 Pale Aqua, 49 Yellow Brown, 402 Mars Yellow, and 504 Green Gray, 506 Shadow Green. Not sure which one I'm going to go with on those, but we shall see when we get there. May use both. Anyway, and this may or I put a drawing down. I put markings down for the shade, so I know where the shade of the leaves are. The only thing is, see this blue right here? I'm leaving that out, that background color. I'm just going to use that and the dark. I'm not using any blue down here. And these are pink grapes from Japan. I'm not sure this is going to be a negative painting, but I feel compelled to paint these. So, behold, we're going to paint these. And so, I'm going to take the alizarin crimson and the coral pink, and I'm going to lay down the pink of the grapes. Now, as you see, if this was going to be a negative painting, there would be no pencil lines. I put the pencil lines there for your sake, and maybe a little for mine, so I can remember. And so we got some, as you see, we have dark grapes. And so we just go like that. Just putting color down. And there's some dark grapes here. And there's some up here. This one is dark anyway. And so you don't have to make it copy the picture exact when you're using a picture to paint from. It does not have to be exact. And I have my paper towel over here to and then I'm laying down this pink, the lighter shade of pink. And I think I want to thin that out a little bit more. Just like so. All right. Let that dry, and we'll return to that. In the meantime, so put those colors aside for now. And then I'm going to use the saffron yellow. And that's going right here with the leaf, but you knew that, right? Just like so. Yes. And then there's a leaf up here. See, I didn't make it look exactly like the photograph, but I made it so you got an idea. I didn't go exactly with the photo, but you kind of have the idea. See, and I got that light in there. And then there's a leaf down here. Just like that. And so God's spirit is not of fear and timidity. That means you're not supposed to be afraid of everything. You're not supposed to have fear. But God has given us a spirit of power. Whose power? God's power. A spirit of love. Whose love? God's love. And self-discipline. Ooh, there's a word you don't hear too much of. Kind of like that integrity word, that I word. No one talks about self-discipline. And there's some brightness over there. And I see a bright leaf over here. I'm putting it there. And there's a little triangle of light green there. There's some up here. And yes, right around in here. I've been told that in my last video, people can hardly hear me when I speak. I don't know why, but I have my volume up, so it's whatever the volume is on my phone. I'm like right on top of it, so I know it's good. And now I'm switching to the green gold, because the green gold comes in here. Take some of that water off. And see, it's kind of like the saffron, but a little darker. we go. So I don't know what's going on with the volume. I have a glass of water in case my voice gets dry. Maybe that's what it is. And then there's leaves over here. Oh, someone's hollering at their dog. I don't know if you heard that. My window's open again. This goes down here to the vine. There we go. See, I'm thinking that's got to be darker. One of my darker greens over here. I think I will. Forgot to put water in there. Gotta moisten it up. And then make this one darker. And this one here. Because see, this here is the shadow of all that up there. And there's, excuse me, and then there's some here. Some dark. Yes, this is better. Because it's all shadowy in there. There we go. And then I want to take some of this because this part is in the sun. Right there. Okay. Yeah. Maybe turn this like that. Just like that. Gives you an idea. Of leaves up there. Okay. And then that makes me want to put the light blue in, which is the pale aqua. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a negative painting, but I feel compelled to paint this for some reason, so I'm going to paint it. And that's the sky. It's kind of a greeny. I kind of like that. It fits. Kind of abstract. Wow, this may come out better than I think. Okay. The grapes are dry. So we're going to take our beige gray. And I want to go light. I don't want it dark. I may have to so you can see what I'm doing. And then grab some water. I don't want it dark. But remember, God hasn't given us a spirit of fear. So we can do this. Let's see. It should be white, but some of it's gray. Very, very light gray. Just like that. At least that's what I'm going with. I wonder if I should have used regular gray. But if we take the puddles off, and go light, maybe. Maybe, although they kind of look brownish. I'm staying with it. I'm being stubborn. Don't have a spirit of fear. See, that's too much. That's too much color. Because the light is shining through. Too much color. Too much color. We don't want muddy grapes. We want clear grapes. And if need be, we can get the pink again. There. I don't know. I kind of like it. It kind of fits. There, make them round, put some roundness to it. Hopefully you're seeing this. And then that's just a little too dark. I'm going to smooth that out. And I am going to get some of that pink and blend. There we go. There. And now go around the dark pink ones. See, and what? And we got pink grapes. And we got pink grapes. Just a little water there, smooth that out. There. Maybe smooth that out with some water. Okay. Now, the background color is going to be shadow green, number 506. Sort of like a bluey green to go with this color here. Whoops, that might be a little too dark. So you smooth it out with water. I didn't like that blooming. That was happening. And go carefully around the grapes. We don't want the background color on the grapes. Smooth that out over here. So let's not have any fear when we're painting, because God has given us a spirit of love, peace, power, self-discipline. And I think that's too light. Gotta darken this. And there. There we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. I think that's okay. And then, you know, there's little spots where the background pokes through. Like right here. Right there. Right there. Maybe right there. Yep. I put my hand in it. And then more pink. I feel the need to put more pink in the grapes. There we go. And now we have the vine. The vine. And the vine was there. Using Mars Yellow 402. some let that dry. Maybe smooth out the grapes a little more. Of course, you want some of it white. I don't know, the grapes look okay to me. Maybe if I smooth this out here. I just have water on my brush. Yeah, just like that. And that was this gray. Yeah. Just like that. That's the way. Of course, it's not perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. See, I don't like that blooming. So while it's still wet, because it distracts. Okay, and now that's dry. Take some of this yellow brown, number 49. And on the vine, just like that. Get some water on there. There we go. Feel like I got too much water on there. There. And I see that this needs some blue. Uh-oh. Right into the... Uh-oh. Don't do the blue. The blue doesn't matter. See, I have to mess it up somehow. As I do in all my videos. All right. What do you think? I think I think I'm pretty much done here. Maybe go a little darker right in here. Smooth that out. Right there, yes. Okay, and that great. Oh, I lost the roundness. I lost the roundness of the grape. There we go. I don't know. Came out better than I thought it would. There we go. That didn't hold the... There. There we go. And there you have it. Today's painting. Remember, God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. 2 Timothy 1:7. And news, I've started the Facebook page for you to post your paintings that you do. Of course, it's called Think Positive with Jesus, Paint Negative with Bob community page. And you can post your pictures that you do as you paint along with me. That's the whole idea of that. And cast your care upon Jesus, for he cares for you. Thank you for watching.